Hello, I'm Q Lee, President of Come to Us USA. Today I'm going to talk about building a content-focused blockchain. Briefly, I'm actually going to give you some background about Come to Us. So Come to Us was one of the first mobile game companies in the world. We started our business in 1998. I hope you remember when, back in the days when there were Nokia phones. Even before that, there were WAP games. Come to Us actually started its business from WAP games, moved on to doing Java virtual machine games. And now they're focused on doing a lot of smartphone games. As you see here, we have a hit title called Summoner's War. Summoner's War is played by more than 1 million users every single day. And we also have the leading MLB game called MLB 9 Innings. We also have NBA games like NBA Now, and many, many other games in the sports and also action RPG, different type of categories. So Summoner's War, we've generated more than $2.7 billion in terms of revenue. As I mentioned, we have 1 million users playing every single day. It was the #1 RPG game in 136 countries and the #1 mobile game in 90 countries. So about the Web3 space, we started really looking into this space when CryptoKitties started coming around. We were also watching what Animoca was doing before. But what really triggered us was when Axie Infinity and NBA Top Shot started becoming mainstream. We were thinking, we're in the game, we're in the business of owning and collecting digital assets. And these games came through saying that you can own the assets that you actually collected. So we naturally thought, just like our business changed from paid apps to free to play, free is users naturally gravitate over to the free apps. In the same way, if there's a game where you can own something and you don't own something, I think naturally the business will gravitate over games with ownership. And that's what really made us move into the space. Our company has a history of being on top of new technological waves. We were the first game company doing mobile games. We were first on the App Store. We were one of the first doing free-to-play games. And we also thought, we should be one of the first doing the blockchain games, taking it really seriously. So we built the blockchain gaming platform called C2X. It was funded by FTX, Jump, and Animoca brands. We listed on FTX, Huobi, and Gate, etc. And our mission was to transition the Web2 games into the Web3 space. We also built a lot of tools to enable it easier. We have more than 20 different lines of mobile game development teams, and we couldn't force all of these teams to learn blockchain gaming. So we had to make a lot of tools around it to make that transition happen really easily. So we built a marketplace solution. We also built a wallet, and we put in all of the components that were needed to convert a Web2 game into a Web3 game. So we launched 5 games on C2X, and we were planning to do around 10 games a year. Next year, actually, we're planning to do 20 games. But the mainnet that we chose was Terra, and there was a lot of issues with Terra going on. And so we had to choose another chain to work on. So time to market for us was very important. Compatibility with all the tools that we developed was also very important. And we needed a company that shared the vision. But the conclusion that we came to was we really thought there wasn't enough blockchains out there that understood gaming and that had the DNA to support the content creators. So we ended up building up our own chain. It was quickly done within 2 months. We And we launched our mainnet called Xplay. Xpla. It means explore and play. You can find more information on xpla.io. As I mentioned before, the main mission is to create a content-focused blockchain. And I think there's a lot of new things that could be done when content creators actually build the blockchain itself. First, we're going to focus on gaming, but we also have a lot of entertainment business. The Come To Us group actually has 40 different companies. We have also 5 public companies in South Korea. So we're going to first focus on gaming, expand into entertainment, and we're also building out a metaverse project called Come To Verse. So, of course, we're going to deliver a lot of the games that we have ourselves. We have around 20 games in our pipeline, and we're also going to do a lot of third-party publishing too. But our original vision wasn't to do this all by ourselves. We really wanted to collect the best developers in the world to do this together, and also have these partners to have skin in the game. So today we announced that we're partnering with Xpla. We actually, Xtereo. So Xtereo is the exclusive provider for FunPlus. FunPlus is a major gaming company on the App Store. They have, right now, even if you go to the App Store in the US charts, they have 3 games in the top 100. They generate more than $1 billion in revenue per year, and I think they're going to bring really great games to the Web3 space too. Xpla is not only going to be built by C2X, as I mentioned. We're going to have Xtereo. We've already announced that partners like OnlySpace and MetaWorld, but we have many, many more deals, exciting more deals that I can't wait to announce. When you look at the App Store, there are thousands of games that are launched every single day. But actually, there was a report on Pocket Gamer the other day saying that 95% of the App Store economy is actually controlled by the 1% of the developers. And I think I think there are amazing developers out there. But for Xpla, what we want to focus on is getting that 1% developers. I think the Web3 economy is already so complex, and the Web3 space is also getting more and more crowded, that if you don't have experience building a game that has even a free-to-play economy, if you haven't run games as a service before, I don't think you're going to be able to compete in the Web3 space properly. So that's one of the reasons why we're focusing our energy on getting the best teams out there like Xtereo, because we think they will deliver the best experiences in Web3. And as I mentioned, and then we're going to expand onto other different type of businesses like movies, dramas, music, and artists and sports and different type of categories. WizWix Studios is the public company that we have. Looking back at our business, what the App Store really did was it actually enabled content developers anywhere in the world to become really global players. That's how a small company like Come To Us started from Korea, but through the App Store, I think we've been able to serve millions of users around the world. In the same way, these Korean content developers that were just focusing for the local TV networks, through platforms like Netflix and HBO, they've become really like global players. And I think this trend will continue, as you've seen with like Squid Games, etc. Spotify and YouTube is doing the same thing for artists in Korea too. So we also have investments in RBW and My Music Taste. So we're also deep into the K-pop scene, and we're planning to bring these artists out also into the X Plus ecosystem. I really wanted to show you this demo here, but I think you should check out Come To Verse on YouTube. There's a lot of information about it. It's mainly in Korea right now because our first market that we're going to test bed on is the Korean market. But our approach to the metaverse is different. Like there are great metaverses like Sandbox that we are also investors into, but I don't think it's just going to be about entertainment. We think it has to have a real practical use. Like the metaverse that we're using right now the most is actually Zoom. Like during COVID, I spent more than half of a day just being on Zoom calls. We're already living in the digital space for more than half of the day. And I think Zoom is just a very like one-dimensional metaverse that's out there. Our vision for Come2verse is to become a really practical, focused workplace. And you can check out the videos there. Come2verse will also be utilizing XPLA as its infrastructure. So, there are so many great and passionate communities in the Web3 space that we would also love to dig into. But I think there's so much more that has to be brought from the Web2 space over to the Web3 space. And that's what excites us. And that's why we also think that we're all at the beginning line. I think there's so much mainnets out there, but I think none of them, their market share right now is 0% because we're all at the beginning line. There's so much to bring from the Web 2 over to the Web 3 space, and I think that's what makes XPLA really exciting. The XPLA chain is built on Cosmos with Tendermint Core, and we're also going to add EVM support by the end of the year. Yes, so XPLA partners, right now, our existing investors, as you see, we have most of the greatest gaming venture capitals already supporting us. So we will continue to have more and more great games also coming over to XPLA. Our content providers, right now, we have a lot of our company already inside developing contents for us. And as I mentioned, Exterio is the great addition that we announced today. On the technical side, one more thing that we're really excited to announce today is that we're going to be integrated with Wormhole by the end of October. We already have more than 40 validators, including 17 out of the 19 validators for Wormhole, validating our network. So I'm really excited to share XPLA and its future to you today. And if you would like to have more information, you can go to xpla.io, or you could just ping me right here. I'm going to be here for a while, and I'd love to build this network together. Thank you very much.